in my history of being involved with the Professional Bowlers Tour, man needs 8 pins to win, 7 to tie, and get 6. And boy, you have to feel for Eric Forkel, but here's the man who's taking advantage.
First shot and a strike, and he had to be packing his bags and thought that he was out of it.
Well, I'm sure he did think he was out of it. Pete Weber's not going to let any of that bother him. It's going to be Pete against the lanes. You'll see him throw the ball very slow with a lot of hook and may use some loft to attack the heads of the lanes. Good opening shot, just the 10-pin.
Big tournament for Pete, 25 titles.
Chance to tie Dad. And he's here today in attendance. And always great to have Dick Weber around.
And one of the great spare shooters, Pete Weber, starts off with a spare. Horan, a strike.
I think this next shot is going to tell a lot about the way the game will progress. If Pete can throw a quality shot, get it into the pocket, whether it strikes or not, may not be that important. But if he can hit the pocket the first 2 frames, I'll like his chances throughout the game. Weber coming in high, leaving the 3, 6, and 10. There is the great Dick Weber and Tracy, Pete's lovely wife. You can see a look of concern on both their faces right now. And boy, Dick Weber,
yeah,
he's done it all.
And Pete goes for the spare and picks it up. But Pete and his father, the only father-son combination in the PBA Hall of Fame, and he has bowled, and still bowls out on the senior tour.
Bowls a few events, does a lot of work, does a lot of exhibitions around the country and around the world. Horan
now has won 3 matches. Has a strike here in the title match to start things off.
That's a double for Horan. Take advantage of the situation put before you. That's what Horan has been doing all day long. Started out doing it with great bowling in the first couple of matches. In the last match, he struggled, but he still was able to, come up with enough to win.
Boy, Horan started off this afternoon with 2 opens, then strung 7 in a row in that first match, and got a gift in the 10th frame of last game. Horan with 3 in a row.
Well, Horan beat Pete Weber a couple of years ago right here at Stonehenge to win this tournament. Not in the title match, but as he's stepped up the rung, up the ladder.
Talk about Stonehenge. Freddie Borden and company always put on a great show in Akron, Ohio. Always great to come here. What a great bowling city.
Slow, another 3, 6, 10.
Well, he appears a bit lost.
The first part of the match, so important, as I said earlier, to get yourself in the pocket, get yourself acclimated to the conditions. Hard and straight. He makes the spare, but he finds himself 26 pins in the rear.
When you take a look at PBA titles, boy, Earl Anthony on top, 41. Will any player catch him? I don't know. Mark Roth at 34, and Pete Weber right there with 25.
Usually that graphic's only the top 8, but I appreciate them putting me in there. Well, he liked that shot, still crept in high. He's got to keep moving left on the approach. Keep the speed down. You can see that ball's over the 22 board at the arrows. Creeps up a tad high and leaves the 4-pin.
Boy, Marshall, people are saying how much more can he move left because he's pretty deep.
Well, Weber can play, he can play 6th arrow, and he can do it on either lane.
Now Horan, 3 in a row. 4th frame. Leads by 27. 3 national titles and 19 regional championships for the lefty. That's 4 in a row. 4 in a row for Horan. A 300 game, an extra $10,000. Past champions here. Steve Hoskins, Of course, Dennis Horan a couple of years ago, and Hoskins in '97.
Well, and you can see Weber. He won this tournament back in 1992. And this is as big a day as he's ever had. A chance to get to the 26th title level to tie his dad.
Also, he is yet to be named PBA Player of the Year.
Well, that's been a goal of his for many years, and boy, he's been close on a number of occasions.
He won a title earlier this year and has bowled very well on the winter tour. Horan up in the 5th.
Well, Horan has got a lot of good breaks today. That time the 6-pin won't fall, but it's 4 in a row to start the match out, and he's got a 36-pin lead. Maybe a little slow with the speed. The ball's going to creep up high. Fortunate the 7-pin fell, just the 6. Easy spare for the lefty.
Dennis Horan trying to make it a clean sweep here in Akron at Stone Edge Family Fun Center. He leads by 36. Out of Inventure Place, the National Inventors Hall of Fame in Akron. While we were away, Pete Weber a couple of 10-pins in the 5th and 6th frames. Picked them up. Dennis Horan with a strike in the 6th. Horan still on top. 7th frame, and another one, Marshall.
Well, he's 48 pins on top, and well, he's got some fans out there just loving his bowling today. You know, Horan has averaged 221 for the first 3 games, and his opposition's highest game is only 215. So one of the reasons why he's kept going. Will it get there? Gosh, another 7-pin for Weber, or excuse me, a 10-pin for Weber. And it looks as if 8 to first is going to go to Horan. Another lefty coming from the bottom.
Weber picks it up this year. The tournament leader just 1 and 5 in title matches. And Weber 11 and 14 when he's on top with an average of 214. $40,000 to the winner, and Weber trails by 49.
Well, will it be a little bit too late? It's a start. He can shoot 220. Horan working in a 230 pace right now, 238 pace.
Players thinking also, Marshall, about the Reichert Cup coming up. Jason Couch secured a spot, winner of the TSC. Norm Duke, the PBA National, and Parker Bone, our Player of the Year.
Dennis Horan, he's feeling it, and he knows this is his tournament right now.
Again.
There's your definite right there.
Boy, Dennis Horan